begin on with our activity, we're going to fill out this KWL chart, but we're just going to fill out the K and the W and leave the L for the end of the unit. So the K stands for, what do we already know about geometry? So what do we know about geometry already? Shapes. What else?
Different signs.
And her angles. Mark, what did you say? Good one.
It says many different types of geometry.
Expand on that.
Non-Euclidean.
You're so smart.
I read a lot.
My writing is very good right now. Okay, what else? Anything else? You already know? Corresponding angles. Okay. Try and get two more up here.
Lines of symmetry.
Looks like yes with that AP, man. Lines of symmetry. And one more.
Similarities.
Similarities with what?
Like triangles or like polynomials.
I mean polygons.
Sorry, I'm not the advanced class.
Alright, that's a good start.
We don't
Now let's go to our W. So W is what do we want to know? So what do we want to know about geometry?
How to measure angles.
How to measure angles.
Why we need to use geometry in our life.
You're that kid.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
What's this
Okay, let's get two more. Scott. Putting you on the spot.
What's Euclidean mean?
Let's address that maybe tomorrow.
Well, I just read it down.
Oh, that's what you want to know? Oh, okay. What? Okay, and one more.
Why do we measure angles?
Alright, that's a good start. Okay, so like I said before, we are going to leave the L chart alone and we will fill that in after we finish the unit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Alright, so just keep these ideas in mind and as we go through the lesson, see if any of them are addressed.
Cool. Okay, so class, today we're going to be trying something a little bit different, and we're going to be actually utilizing a number of these lessons throughout this unit, okay? So we actually have a total of 4 different lessons that we'll be using in this manner, and they're actually known as inquiry lessons. Now I wanted to bring this up to you guys because I don't want you guys thinking that this is something so weird and so different that you guys don't understand, but we want you guys to take advantage and responsibility of your own learning. And so we're going to start today, and this is actually, you guys are going to have the teachers, we're all going to be coming around and we're going to be helping you with this lesson. But as we move through these 4 lessons, you're actually going to get less and less guidance from us and less instruction from us. Okay, until you guys are going to be just left to your own devices on the 4th lesson. Okay, so instead of just teaching you geometry today, we're also going to be teaching you about inquiry-based learning. All right, are you guys ready? Yeah. You guys are the worst class ever.
Okay, so to get started on our first inquiry-based activity, we have a worksheet for you guys to complete. There's 9 questions on it, but for now we only want you guys to do questions 1 through 8. We have assigned you guys into different groups, so I want you guys to find your partners and sit down at a different table.
And Megan is Canada.
Yeah. You're Megan.
Can you always be partners? I'm always no, it's like the best thing in the world. Come on.
I agree.
All right, guys, you guys all remember these from Miss Johnson's class compasses and we know how to use them.
So we'll hand these out.
So just to clarify, you're only doing questions 1 through 8. Don't address question number 9 until we tell you to. Sure. Pardon?
Okay, so that would be my first question as a grade 10 student. What's a
So a
vertex?
vertex will be your starting point of your line. So that'll just be where you start to construct. We need rulers.
You have to construct an angle. So you need to use that point again, right?
Okay. Do I have to make
Wherever
a full
point it
circle?
was. No, not necessarily. Just no. Actually, just use a point on the line, right? Or how do you do this?
Okay, we're moving on to 2.
Yeah.
Make a point P anywhere outside of your current.
Got it.
From P, draw a line segment P.
This line can go off in your direction.
Guys, we're just going to grab you guys rulers as well. Sorry, that was my fault. Because you guys obviously don't have your own rulers.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Label it A.
Vertex A.
B. C. 2. Point B out anywhere.
Here you are.
Shanko.
Like
E.
over here, maybe?
Also, the first question, disregard the first question.
Draw a line segment PQ. PQ.
So where do you think this is going
To go.
from the first 2 steps?
Probably making a triangle.
Okay, good guess.
What is the measurement of your angle? This is probably.
90.
Well, do we know that for sure?
No.
I would guess it would be 90 degrees, just at looking at the line, but we don't know that for sure. Right?
I'm gonna say it's 90.
So how would we know that for sure?
I want to see something.
If you do the whole circle, we'd be able to figure out if it's 90, right?
Yeah. Well, it tells you you draw it on both sides of the angle. I only got it on
Cross
one.
both sides.
Both sides of the angle. Yeah, so you want the inner one and the outside one, don't you?
What are you guys doing?
I don't think so. When you say across both sides of the angle, you want it
Okay, so
here.
Yeah, like going across the line.
Yeah, mine wasn't working either. It's tight. It's tough.
Toy like
Like a toy.
spin that.
Isn't that weird? Ah,
Oh,
broke
you
it.
broke it.
Were you spinning the top?
I did too.
I think you broke it.
No.
There's that one. What?
Oh, this is not gonna work well.
Can I just manhandle it?
Hey, he knows. You just show him who's boss, Scott.
What?
Show him who's boss.
Make
My elbow on the hole.
across both sides of the angle.
So I'm just gonna make a nice small one here.
I gotta draw an arc across both sides of the angle.
Well, there's another one here. I just hold it.
J. Oh, you made it too big.
How does it?
Mine won't go small.
Okay. It should technically be the same length, but mine looks bad, so we'll just go like that.
To make a circle.
Hypothetically.
Just do an arc.
Oh, you're not
Oh,
taking
okay,
it.
well my angle is too small.
It's just not where do you think this is going? Like, this moves so
I decided yet, but I've been asked by every teacher.
Do you have any idea where it's gonna go?
Or just like start.
What's kind of the
This
idea
line
what's
can
going
go
on?
off in any direction away from your current angle. It does not have to be the same length as AC or AB.
So this is gonna be an arc sided.
Goes through PT.
It goes through. I can't do that with mine.
Oh shit. Change it.
I don't like
Well,
it.
technically, this line segment is supposed to be longer. Same with these. This one.
Because my line segment doesn't even go past.
Yeah, but if it were to go, then this line would go through PQ. Does that make sense?
Why is this?
Yep.
So maybe Q is actually supposed to be.
Okay, so let's say you completed arc. So you completed it, and you did that. And then so
It doesn't have to be this one. Set it at least.
Can we explain?
We did it too soon, I think.
What's that?
Just convenient width. What do we? I'm so confused.
Any convenient width. So
We had already done it, right? Without realizing it? Because we were trying to figure out the angle.
Yeah. you'd
So
pretty
this
much-
point would be J as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this would be J, and this would be J.
AJ, right?
I think you can turn the
J on AB.
J on AB.
Actually, no. Sorry. So you're gonna place the compass on A,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you are allowed to make the compass any width you want. So you can have it this far, or you can
Yeah.
have it this little, and you'll draw another arc. Draw an arc.
Yeah, we did. This arc here.
Oh, okay.
These are the first
okay,
arcs
yeah.
you,
I get it.
and then you want it to.
But we didn't have to draw the first arcs. We just did that on our own.
I think it should be.
Okay, so you kind of jumped ahead a bit then.
Without realizing
Without
it. We were trying to do the angle
Oh,
before Vanessa told us not to worry about it.
Right.
So these are technically our arcs.
okay.
Does that make sense?
How do we-
Or do you want us to redo it?
No, because these are still related.
Well, you want your arc M.
Set the compass on K and adjust it with different J.
Make an arc across the first arc.
Oh, you think so, do you?
What in the world? That's the next time my line.
Going on.
I ran out of pages. Mine's not
Oh,
working.
I fixed it.
Which is bad because I'm like, my arc doesn't work now. We all did it though.
All but the same.
Yeah, I think
we're all in
everyone
the
did it in the
corners.
corner of the page.
They were going to use this sheet all semester.
Very economical.
These things suck.
Maybe you have to tighten yours. Maybe.
That's good.
That's not good grade 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're right. Send them to the
Mine made a circle all the way around.
Yeah, mine did.
So you maybe just tape this here and just tape a piece of it.
Okay.
series.
But it doesn't fix anything. Because it was supposed to cross these arcs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did yours work?
No, I have to make my arc longer.
None of mine worked.
And draw an arc across the first.
Which one? What step are you on?
That was part of my circle.
Oh, sorry.
Move it to M.
It actually matters. Doesn't
Okay, what do you mean?
I don't think this part's kind of irrelevant.
it? It is, yeah, I don't do that.
Deal with that.
Okay, so I had to go J to K,
M.
like
Not
this.
nearly
Yeah.
close enough.
Are you on?
Draw an arc
Which one are you on?
across
This
the
one.
first
Okay.
arc twice.
So I made it J to K.
So I think I need to make my other arc longer.
Yeah.
Like 6, so
Yep.
that is on 6, J to K.
Yep.
And then move this
Without
to
to
M.
move it to M, so you're gonna place it on M
I gotta
and
redo
draw
this one.
an arc across.
First arc twice.
Yeah. So where's your point M?
Oh,
This is M.
it's
I got it.
going.
Okay.
Or is it this part? No, it's probably this part.
distinguish between.
This is M.
That's M.
This is K. K and J, and then I move it to M.
It's kind of free.
And then it wants me to draw an arc
I don't.
across
These things are
the
so
first arc, which is this
inconvenient.
arc.
Yeah.
Change.
But it doesn't meet going all the way around.
Making my light.
It's not supposed to be. You're wanting to create two
That's
different
what's
other
across.
points.
But for now, make sure that you mark
Draw an arc across the first arc twice. Unless it's
my
supposed to
life.
stay around. Creating two intersections, so we have to cross. Okay, mine just didn't work. Oh, yours worked?
Yeah, like his.
So did you just make the...
See, he has his L and his O.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I have to create.
Yes.
So do I just make this longer?
You have an obtuse angle, so it's harder.
It's harder because you.
Yeah.
and use a ruler to draw your angle. Just to make it straight. I promise it's easier if you make it straight. And it'll make it more obvious. But it has to be the same.
Without changing the compass, move the compass to M and draw an arc across the first arc. Okay, you got it on K.
Go ask your friend.
Okay, so now
Adjust its width to point
move it
J.
to.
Wait. What did I do?
Read them carefully.
Without changing compass, move the compass to M.
Okay, but did we do this part right? Without changing the compass width, place the compass point. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
On point P and draw an arc.
Yeah, we did
Got
that.
that perfect.
Yeah.
Set
Set compass on
K and adjust the width to J.
yeah.
Without changing the compass width,
Okay, place the compass point.
across the first arc.
Make point P anywhere outside of your current.
Draw an arc across both sides. This is too big on me.
By using this
That angle's my
Okay, from point P, draw a line set to A.
This will create points J on AB.
Place this compass on A. So set a 10 you're actually wanting to have it the arc in between the lines.
Why does it say any convenient width?
Any convenient width between AC or AB.
He stopped after convenient.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
that's
the
the same one
typical
going-
grade 9 student.
Stopped after convenient, yeah.
So you don't want to go across P, go through P.
No, you wanna.
So what did you discover?
I don't know how I got it, but I got the same.
You got the same angle? It's the same angle from, and then this is equal to this, right?
We did this.
It's easy for you because you did a right angle to
We
start
did this
with.
to do angle bisector or something similar to this for angle bisector.
Good. So what would you call these then?
BAC and NP.
Yeah.
Well, now I know that they're congruent, but I would. How do we show that?
You might as well use it.
Yeah, 'cause you drew a right angle to start with. Yeah. Cheater.
Hey,
Do you
instead of-
estimate or did you actually measure a right angle to start with?
I'm gonna say I measured it
I'm
already.
gonna say.
There's a
I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
infer.
There's a pretty good free-handed one.
Kind of eyeballed it.
And it still got me a right angle at the end with actual measuring, so.
Got you the same eyeballed angle.
From P through L. P through L. So that's.
Draw an arc across both sides of the angle. Okay, what? Okay, I just did that. So same point J.
K and adjust.
Similar and
Equals
so how are they?
Figure out the reason for that.
And I think this
No chain of compass, move the compass to
is equal to this one.
I'm just thinking, I'm not saying.
Well, why
it
don't you
worked.
try it
So what's
again?
another way of saying it?
Yeah, I'm just saying you made it harder. Well, because you did it obtuse on the edge of the paper.
Perfect. So what did you
technically do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Trent,
Did you?
did you figure it out?
No, I'm
Yeah, gotta do something with when you change the width to JK.
No. Well, if,
Oh, because
if these are the same, then, right? So if JK and this are the same arc, then this would be the radius.
yeah.
So then this should be the same angle. Right?
Yes, we got it.
You should come up with that.
Oh yeah, we got it. Because
So what can you tell me that you've just
My roommate makes those challenges all the time.
Okay, now I have a question for you. David, I have a question for you. This line, P to Q. What can we name that line? In accordance to the angle R, N.
No.
Can we give that a name?
Which angle?
Sorry, this angle, RP. What could we give the line segment P, Q in relation to RP?
It's a sector, and bi means two, so let's call it a bisect.
Good job!
Yeah, we did them for angle lines.
Good job. That's our next. Yes, but
Oh, I got that.
what did you do here?
You created equal lines.
Yeah, so since you created equal lines, what did you do? Comparing this angle here and this angle here.
You created the same angle.
Yeah, good job.
can I create a protractor just to prove it?
So you technically created the angle, you created the
By using this equivalent. There's a big, huge one.
I want to be able to prove that this angle is
Similar.
Okay, so we're going to do that right now.
I just draw it on my hand, like this thing keeps moving.
Can we get hands up of people that have finished this part of the assignment? Finished up to 8. Finished up to 8. Where are you guys at?
At the beginning.
They're just finishing. Mark's just finishing. Oh, okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to combine groups, and you guys are going to discuss question number 9. Okay? So I'm going to get these two groups, you guys can work together, and then we'll pull you guys or you guys back there.
I think we could do it in groups, right? It wasn't specified that you had to do it all.
Nope, you're good to go. You can do it together or separate. Yeah, so once Jenny works on, you guys can discuss number 9.
Wait, is that
Just because they're coming here. But you can like stay at the table.
I thought they were coming over here.
Now come on this side.
Over there.
Oh man, your guys is so much neater than ours.
We're surrounding you guys.
That is ours.
Holy, is it ever different than ours? This is more like us.
That one looks organized, whereas ours looks.
Well, it's just because we did it at a different
God.
place. We went completely different with our line. Right?
Yeah.
They went inside, we went completely outside. That's why it's different.
Yeah, but
We didn't
It's got used the writing book, and did it still work?
Yeah,
So you guys can go ahead and discuss 9 if they're done.
okay, well, never mind.
Carolyn, your neighbor. Did you have the same?
So what we said is that these angles are the same.
Yeah.
Because
Dexter, make sure you finish your fuse one. We'll talk about it.
here to here, and then placing it on M.
No one else is.
So which one of the angles are the same for you? Like this angle and
This
this
angle
angle?
is the same as this angle, which is the
Same
same
as
as
that
this
angle.
It's cool because they're using the acute angle, whereas we using the obtuse angle.
Yeah.
And
And did it work for both?
Yeah, we got the same results.
I think it would work with,
A right
say, a
angle?
right angle?
okay, what was the step?
Probably.
Place the compass.
I'm assuming.
Set the compass.
The odds look right.
Brad asked Mark was stretching. Are you asking March about his stretch marks? Is that a stretch mark? I'm like, what?
Hang on. It's a personal question.
That's the worst. Hate that.
You can't
Make
put.
sure you have pressure on the
You have
right
to put
point.
pressure on the point, not on the pencil.
Yeah, some of them just suck.
Where what? Or is it the compass or the operator?
No,
of the
okay.
compass?
Okay, it's okay. I'll just turn the paper.
That's how you do
There you
it.
go.
I'll just make her a circle if I'm gonna do it twice.
So what did you guys discuss for number 9? Were they similar or
It was a pretty lengthy discussion.
2 words.
2 words? Do you think you'd be able to use it for any type of angle or just a certain angle that?
Working on it.
Trying
Well, it works
Becky will hurry
for
up.
acute and right. So then there's one the other
I'm gonna assume that.
Do you get that? I never got it in school, and now it's like,
Okay, should we bring this back? Okay.
that's why I can teach it now, because I get it now.
All right, guys. So we're gonna turn our attention back to the 3 wonderful ladies at the front, including and we're actually just gonna discuss what you guys did and maybe any discrepancies that you guys had in the process that you followed.
So the first question that we're going to address is, what did this process accomplish and how can you verify it? So do you want to start over with the back table over there?
What did this process accomplish?
So what did it accomplish?
What did you end up doing?
And how can you verify it?
We just recreated our angle.
Good.
We only made 2 of the same.
To the same.
How did you? So how do you know that? Do you know that?
Because the arc is the same as the original one.
Okay.
And
So just because
that way the radius would be the same.
So because 2 things look the same, are they necessarily all?
Do you want me to measure?
No. Okay, let's bring it over to this table. I can get you guys.
We know it's the same because we're using circles, and the radius of the circle is always going to be the same. So, and we're using the radius to create one line, and then the radius to create the other line in our angle, and then doing the same in the new circle that we're doing. Therefore, the 2 circles are the same. Therefore, the 2 angles have to be the same.
Great. Awesome.
So what more than that though? Because I could have 2 circles. For example, if I had a beautiful compass up here, I could have 2 circles. And I can make 2 angles.
The radius has to be the same in both circles.
Okay.
And
What else are we missing?
The arc has to be
There it is.
That's what I said.
The arc length has to be the same as well. So we don't just, the radius, you're absolutely right, the radius has to be the same, so does the arc length. This guy, in this case, isn't the same as this guy, but they need to be the same as well. Good job.
Rebecca has a question.
It worked. My obtuse worked. That's all.
So what kind of angles did you guys use? Hands up if you hadn't used an acute angle. Hands up if you used an obtuse angle.
I thought it was only one.
I thought you were 2.
No.
And the right angle.
Right angle.
Scott.
And Scott, did the right angle work for you as well? So can we make a conjecture that this method works for all kinds of angles?
Yes.
What about a reflex angle?
Yes.
Okay, so that's something that you guys can think about for sure, is thinking about whether or not this would work for. So beyond just seeing this, beyond just measuring the arcs, the radii, how else could you verify this? What's maybe the easiest way to verify this? Protractor. That's it. So we didn't give you guys protractors, but if you want, if you want to stay in for lunch, you guys can actually verify this by taking your protractor and putting it on the boat.
Okay, so you know how you guys just chose a random length to use on your compass? Do you think if you chose a longer one or a shorter one, would you come up with the same answer, or would it be completely different?
As long as you use the same length all the way through, you'd be coming up with the same.
Good. Great.
But if the lengths change, it's like we were discussing with our compass. The compass was really difficult to use because It changed our circles sometimes and changed the angles because it was not accurate to make the circle. So that's kind of a challenge as well.
So we mentioned this method for replicating an angle. We also talked about a protractor. You could use a protractor. Is there anything else? Do you guys have any other methods that you could replicate an angle? Have you guys like done anything else?
Well, that is that paper that's see-through?
That's all I got. I don't remember what
Tracing
it's called.
paper.
Tracing
Yeah.
paper, yeah.
Sure, why not? Why not use tracing paper to replicate an angle? That's also another way. Do you guys think that?
That's another way.
What is that? A mirror. That's another good one. You guys used mirrors lots last year, right? Yeah. You guys work with mirrors so well that Mr. Seaman, he drilled that mirror right into you. So do you guys think that this process is useful? Like, would you guys do this on a regular day? Like, do you think you would, if you needed to find, let's say you were designing a soccer field and you needed to find the angles at the corners as well as the, let's just say angles at the corners. Do you guys think you would use this method to do that?
It depends what we have accessible to us.
Right. Right. This method it takes a bit of time, right? But it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's fun.
I think it's fun. So that's just, okay, so this was, like I said, this was our first of 4 inquiry lessons. Did you guys notice how we walked around and we spoke to you and we really helped you? You guys had the process written out for you piece by piece, right? And we tried to help you and tried to guide you to a right answer. Now that's not going to always happen in the next 3, okay? We're still going to be here, of course.
But you're slowly going to work independently to figure it out on your own instead of us helping you.
And to figure out something that interests you as well. So maybe replicating angles wasn't your thing. Because what else did we do today? David, what else did we do today? What else did you do today? You came up with a word that was really interesting.
Oh, I said that we created 2 sectors, and I know that bi is the word for 2, so I put the 2 words together and I came up with bisector.
Yeah! So David was really interested in the fact that he had one line that actually cut a bigger angle in half and hence created a bisector. But we'll be talking more about that later if that's a little fuzzy to you, or if you want to go home and take a look at what a bisector is and come back tomorrow. You can do that too.
Okay, so before you guys leave, here are some questions that we would like you to answer before you guys head out for recess.
So take out a sheet of paper.
You can write on the same piece of paper the activity on.
So you can use the same paper and then just give it to us before you leave. And you can't use the same example we told you.
No soccer field.
No soccer field.
This process is useful in real life.
So if I say no.
Can expand on that.
Why wouldn't it not be useful? That's okay. You can think that it's not useful, but I want to know why. Everything requires justification, Miss. It's at the end of the element. That's all I know. Oh, there it is. I just knew it was at the end of the element.
Or if you draw your angle in the corner.
There's like 6 people after.
Draw your angle in the corner.
Because I got a WA, so then anyone who's W anything else.
This is enough
Sorry,
to be able to figure out
everything.
Me too.
a situation where you have to measure something with a string and circles.
And you guys would hand in your exit slips to us before you headed out to recess.
We review it and then we touch base on it the next day before we start our next lesson.
Break.
Recess in grade 10.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
It's a special day.
You did it? Anyways, you're just not allowed to play ground.
You got recess in grade 10.
Yeah. Or boys just
And that's that.
and finish. See, you can shut the door.
Get them these.
Yeah.